Guys, we have a big breaking news coming out. NATO member set to declare state of emergency. World War III fears erupt. Alright, so we're going to see what's going on here, guys. And there's been some war preparation coming out from NATO. I just posted a video. Germany, they are getting their war preparation. They are urging all male who turn 18 years of age to sign up to apply for when it comes to service, military service. Also, you have France is preparing for war. You have multiple NATO members getting ready. And you guys already know Putin said, if you guys want war, we're ready too. All right, so before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Once again, thank you so much for your support. Let's see what's going on here. So it says Lithuania is poised to declare a state of emergency next week. The country prime minister announced today, December the 5th. Her comments come following yet another forced closure of Vilnius airport on Wednesday due to the presence of balloons in its airspace. This is crazy. It was drones and now balloons. And so I guess they're pointing the finger at Russia for these mysterious objects in the sky. Russia said that it's not them. They're not sending no balloons or any drones and stuff like that. But it's, Russia believed that NATO is just looking for some kind of excuse for World War III. The travel hub, located some 30 kilometers, that's 19 miles from Belarus, has been closed more than 10 times since early October as a result of similar incidents, and Lithuanian officials claim the balloons are part of a hybrid war campaign carried out by its neighbor Belarus on behalf of the Kremlin. So they had to add Russia at the very end. So it's coming from Belarus, but it seems like Russia is giving the green light. Now, Alexander Lukashenko, the country's president, is a close ally of Putin and has allowed the Russian troops to be stationed on his territory. Yeah, that's very true. And guess who also allowed U.S. troops to be in certain territory? Europe. You have U.S. troops all over the world. No lie. You have how many in South Korea? 30,000 U.S. soldiers in South Korea, Japan, Europe, Poland. I mean, again, it's certain parts in Mid-East. I mean, U.S. soldiers is all over the place. So Russia has every right to also place their soldiers in allies countries. Lithuania's Prime Minister Inga said that the government would introduce the emergency measures next week due to the threat posed to civil safety by the barrage of balloons. That's the first time I hear the balloons news. I mean, again, we heard about the drones and stuff, but I'm going to have to go on X and see if we can find any videos of the strange balloons. When I hear balloons, the first thing that pops in my head is China. You guys know that the white balloon, I think it was back in 2022 when Joe was president, it was just floating above the U.S. It went through really important territory, Wyoming and all those other city, Wyoming and Idaho and all those other areas. Not Idaho, but Wyoming. It's very important territory. That's where we have the silos, the Minuteman 3. All right, so that white balloon, it's basically you have so many things on it. It's like a spy cam or something. It says here, I am listening to their experts' opinion, but we will announce it, state of emergency. There you go, next week, she said, if the situation worsens. We do not rule out the possibility of going further. Lithuania has intercepted over 500 balloons, man, and launched from Belarus during the course of the year. The balloons have been found to contain contraband, cigarettes, as well as GPS trackers. Cigarettes. All right, that's strange. It says here the officials in Vilnius say in the future the balloons could be kitted out with spy cameras, incendiary devices, and even explosives. All right. Cigarettes, can you believe that? They also claim the balloons are helping Russia to map out the current weak spots on NATO's eastern flank each time they cross the border. Are you worried about Vladimir Putin declaring World War III? Oh man, these Western sources, man. Let me click no. Oh, it's gonna be one of those things that I have to, apply and subscriptions and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't got time for that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not worried about World War III. Again, us Christians, we put our faith and trust in Jesus Christ. A former deputy foreign minister claimed Belarus is stepping up its hybrid strikes and urged for tougher EU actions against Lukashenko. Now it says here, you have Darius told the Poland TVP channel that the incidents are part of a deliberate effort to test Lithuania's sovereignty and could spread to other NATO and EU states if unchecked. He urged his gov to resist talks with Minsk, push for tougher EU sanctions, and avoid giving Belarus or Russia any sense of victory in the ongoing hybrid conflict. Lithuania beefed up its defenses on its land border with the Russian enclave Kaliningrad in August, installing tank-stopping dragon's teeth, concrete blocks along the frontier. Those dragon teeth are no joke. Man, they're no joke. Someone said Europe needs to further tighten sanctions on Russia and the current regime. Sanctions is not going to do nothing. Sanctions is not going to do nothing. Give me a second here, guys. So we have this news that's coming out, and they're really preparing. I'm seeing all these NATO members right now. They're not wasting time. Lithuania not only preparing to declare a state of emergency, but Lithuania to call up 5,000 young men for military service amidst emergency declaration talks. Now the Gov plans emergency declaration over Belarus smuggler balloons. So you got 5,000 might be put on standby. Let's see what's going on here, guys. I just found this and it was posted like 2 hours ago. Around 5,000 young men are planned to be called up for compulsory military service next year. You guys know next year is 3 weeks away. Once again, next year in Lithuania, the country's armed forces announced as the Gov considers declaring a state-level emergency after helium balloons from Belarus repeatedly enter its airspace. Most conscript 3,870 are expected to serve 9 months of mandatory initial military service, the military said, adding that next year, conscripts will also be able to complete compulsory service in the Special Operation Forces. The call-up will be conducted throughout 2026 from January 2nd to December 31st. The military call-up came as Lithuanian authorities prepared to declare a state-level emergency due to the threat posed by cigarette smuggling balloons entering the country from Belarus. Lithuanian broadcaster LRT reported on Friday, December 5th. All right, so this is some serious stuff here, guys. They're getting military, young military. We're talking about youth here, possibly in their 18, 19, 20. And state of emergency to be declared. Wow. And then France, Emmanuel Macron is getting troops ready. And also Germany is getting, they want everybody that turns 18 starting January 2026, you got to fill out the application. Now, it's not a draft. I did mention that it was like, well, it's similar to a draft, at least to the next stage, a draft. But they want boys that turn 18 to just fill out the application. They're going to be checking their backgrounds, their health status, and stuff like that. They just want to put their names on a database in case World War III. And so, again, it's happening right now. It's happening. Ever since Putin said, if you guys ready for war, we could go to war. Ever since that, NATO has been really stepping up now. All right, so it says here, Lithuanian Prime Minister Inga office said the Gov is reviewing emergency measures to strengthen civil protection, enhance prevention efforts, and impose tougher penalties on offenders. Interior Minister, skip the name, also said Wednesday that declaring an emergency was among the options being examined. This year, 599 smuggler balloons and 197 drones have entered Lithuanian airspace, disrupting 320 flights and affecting nearly 47,000 passengers, according to the Interior Ministry. The incidents have caused almost 60 hours of airport closure, including disruption at Vilnius and Kaunas airport. Under Lithuania's crisis management law, a state-level emergency can be declared when incidents affect multiple municipalities or require resources beyond a local level. The Gov may apply such measures nationwide or regionally. All right. That's another breaking news there I must save. Now I want to read this one here really quick. Lithuania, as a NATO frontline state facing Russian aggression, is enhancing its defense with strong US and NATO support, building border defenses, and citizens training for threats. So you got the population out there. They're really training. They're really preparing. While maintaining a state of emergency near Belarus for migrant control and the balloons and stuff like that. Demonstrating readiness within the alliance's collective security framework, NATO. Even as it focuses on robust deterrence, they really are preparing. Lithuania security posture. NATO's eastern flank. Lithuania hosts significant NATO forces, including United States. Rational troops participating in joint exercise to boost readiness and interoperability against evolving threats. Border defenses. The country is conducting a Baltic defense line with obstacle ditches, mines, and that's the dragon teeth and stuff like that we just mentioned, along its border with Belarus and Russia, preparing to channel and delay potential invasion. Civil defense. Citizens are actively involved in paramilitary groups like the Lithuanian Reformants Union and drills preparing for conflict alongside regular forces. Article 4, Consultation. In 2022, And recently in 2025, following airspace violations, Lithuania and other Baltic states requested NATO consultation under Article 4, highlighting shared security concerns. State of emergency. Location. A state of emergency is in place in border municipalities near the Belarus border. Purpose. Primarily to manage migrant crossings, banning unauthorized movement within 5 kilometers of the border, and allowing border checks for smuggle migrants. Not a general war state. This is a localized emergency for border management distinct from a nationwide wartime state of emergency, though it reflects heightened regional tensions. So you guys get the picture. Lithuania is really preparing, and they're getting citizens prepared. They're making sure that everybody is ready, and U.S. is also there training them. So we are definitely seeing some high tensions going on with the alliance, NATO, ever since Putin mentioned that we are ready for war. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Check out the videos I posted today. The links will be in the comments box. And again, thank you so much for sharing the video and liking the video. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.